So if I lost everything today and I had to start all over again to become a product manager with no, job title, no contacts, and none of my experience, here's exactly what I would do. These aren't generic tips like network or read a book. These are 3 strategic moves that I would make to break into product management without being able to code. Number 1, build things. The most important thing about being a product manager is being able to spot a problem that a customer has or a potential customer has, and then being able to come up with the solution that requires the least amount of effort and get that solution into the customer's hand and see if it fixes their problem. If it doesn't, you adjust something based on the feedback until you get to a point where it goes from bad product to, oh, this is actually helpful. I'd probably use tools like Lovable or Replit because they allow you to build things really, really fast. If you're not familiar with these tools, they're these new LLM type tools that allow you to rapidly create things like landing pages, applications, scripts, that type of thing. You don't need to be able to code. I can't code, and I've built things with these tools. Why does this work? Because in 2025, people don't just want, hiring managers don't just want people who can talk strategy. They want people who've shipped products. And if you don't have product management experience, you can't have shipped a product unless you've done it in your own personal life. And so it's really important that you actually get comfortable and familiar with building things yourself. Number 2, you need to document how you think. And I'm not talking about writing super long form essays. I'm saying like just short snippets of how you identify a problem, how you came to know that that was a problem, and then how you think you might be able to solve the problem. And this isn't just a one and done type thing. You don't just write a little thing and pump it out. You give updates as you start to build these things. Document it, and document it in little, it could be posts on LinkedIn, it could be posts on Medium, it could be, to be honest, it could even be on like Instagram or something like that. But the point is you want to be able to show that you understand the product development or product management process, whereby you identify a customer, identify a pain point of that customer, come up with a range of ways to solve that pain point for the customer, and then actually, execute on what you think those ways of solving it are. But more important than that is probably putting the product in your customer's hands, getting feedback. And look, initially everyone's going to say this is bad, this doesn't work, this doesn't whatever. The point is that you then take that feedback and make some adjustments based on the feedback and try to get it to a place where people go, oh, this isn't bad, this is actually quite helpful to me. If you can do that, and while you do it, document all of the steps that you took, you're showing that you're engaging in product management, even if it might not be in a formal capacity in your job. Doing this in public is especially important because it will show that you're not afraid to just make a hypothesis, put it out there for the whole world to see, and then adjust the hypothesis as you get new information. In fact, this is one of probably the most important parts of product management. You are not going to get it right all the time on your first go. And so you need to get comfortable with this idea that what you come up with is not going to be, a iPhone level idea on day one. You need to get there through a process of ideating, forming a hypothesis, testing your hypothesis, and then adjusting your hypothesis based on the outcomes of the tests. The third thing I would do is I would get within the orbit of people who hire product managers. Now, this might sound really hard, but it could be something as simple as reaching out to a product leader in your organization and asking to go for lunch with them. When you go for lunch with them, have a talk track prepared. And I'm not talking about like something just to look interested. Find something within your current product portfolio that's interesting to you, or maybe that's a little bit abstract or odd to you, and that you genuinely have an interest about, and ask them, how did you arrive at this? What trade-offs did you have to make when you were building this product? How did you validate that the customer pain point was actually what you thought it was? Did this product ever did you have to pivot on this product? Did this product ever take a strange turn that you never anticipated before? These types of questions will both convey your interest in product management to the hiring manager, as well as let them see that you kind of understand how product management works. A lot of people don't understand that things don't just work out the first time a majority of the time in product management. Sure, you'll get these things that like you hit a home run straight out of the park every once in a while, and that kind of comes over time as you develop stronger and stronger product sense. But it's not something that most product managers have happen to them on a recurring basis initially. And so these are the three things that I do. I build stuff, I write about it and put that stuff out there, and I would get in the orbit of people who hire product managers. If you'd like to see more of these videos, or if you have a particular deep dive question, just comment below and I'll make another video about it.